Hey, if you're excited to be here, make some noise. Yeah, energy's kind of legit in here, huh? So I'm Ricky Carruth with RE/MAX of Orange Beach, Alabama. How many people here actually knew Alabama had a beach? We actually have some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. So this is Gulf Shores, Alabama, right next to Orange Beach. Sold condos in just about all of these buildings. Pretty incredible place. If you guys are thinking about a different vacation to take, this is definitely a spot to go to. So how many people here probably already know what my mission is and why I'm actually here today? My mission is to reduce the failure rate in the real estate industry, one agent at a time. Now, how am I going to do this? A couple different ways. The first way is I've taken on the challenge of becoming the first completely free coach in the entire world. Over 22,000 members are in my coaching program, growing by 50 to 100 a day. Okay, so what am I doing in there? All I'm doing is I am sharing how I built my business, what systems I use, how I did it, what I think, what my philosophies are for free. And what's happening is it goes against the grain of mainstream training. A lot of mainstream training is, do you want to buy or sell? And everything's geared around what the client can do for the agent. What I'm doing is I'm teaching agents how to figure out what the agent can do for the client. Not, do you want to sell so I can make a commission? What can I do for you? I don't care if you want to buy or sell, right? And so I'm flipping mainstream training around, and I'm going to become the mainstream training. Now, the second thing is when markets crash. Let me get into my story here, and I'll tell you what I learned through that. I grew up roofing houses with my father. He owned a roofing business. 20 years old, I went to 4 different colleges in 2 years, failed a history class, dropped out, got my real estate license. Okay, it took me 8 months to make my first sale. I was roofing houses, doing real estate part-time until I made my first sale. No Zillow, Facebook, none of the stuff. Okay, once I make my first sale, I start selling 2 a month. 2 a month, 2 a month, 2 a month. This is 2003, 4, and all of a sudden the market explodes. Prices double in 2 years. And I'm sitting here at 23 years old as a self-made millionaire. But I came from nothing. I did not know what to do with money. I thought I did, but I didn't. I made a lot of bad decisions. I thought were good decisions. The golden rule growing up for me was invest in real estate. That's what my mom and dad told me. But they didn't know how. There's a way that you invest in real estate. You can't over-leverage. And especially when the boom happened, everybody was over-leveraging. And everybody got caught. I eventually lost everything, went bankrupt, sleep on our friends' couches, slept in my car a couple nights, and went back to roofing houses. This was literally one of, that right now is the happiest I've ever been. That was the second happiest I've ever been. Because there were guys 55, 65, 45 learning the same exact lessons I was learning at 25. And I knew that what I was going through right then was going to take me where I am right now. So I go back to roofing houses, which was also not very good at the time. Ended up getting a job on an oil rig. I'm working on an oil rig. And I'm thinking to myself, why did I fail? So I've become very curious. I read 100 books over the course of a couple years, and somewhere in there, I realized everything I did wrong. Between something I read in a book and seeing that my clients that I was selling property to at the top were still buying at the bottom when I was working on an oil rig out of the business, the combination of that made me realize what I did wrong. And that was that I valued deals over people. They were just a number to me. I just wanted the closing, the transaction, the money. And I realized that it's about the people, the relationship. Because I realized if I would have maintained those relationships through the crash and helped them through the crash, I would have sold them property. They were still buying and selling at the bottom. Selling bad assets, buying new, good assets. So what I realized, and another way that I'm reducing the failure rate is when the next crash happens, which is inevitable, it's going to happen, I'm spreading this message of what I learned through the crash, which is closings happen every single day, regardless of what the market does. No market condition can take away the fact that closings happen every day. Go back to 2008, 2007, 2009, and look in your MLS, pull up your county records, and see how many closings were happening every day. It's eye-opening, and it makes you think, what am I scared of? Because a lot of agents are scared of markets crashing. They fear that when the market crashes, they're going to have to get out of the business, especially if they're new and they don't have any momentum in the business already. I'm trying to build my business, and then if a crash happens while I'm trying to build my business, I'm really going to get hurt. Wrong. I don't care if you start the day the market crashes. If you do the things that I'm telling you to do, it doesn't matter what the market is doing. I learned that closings happen every day. I learned that business is unlimited, completely unlimited. Competition doesn't exist. Dan was talking about why would he give away free information to agents that are in his direct market? Because he understands what I'm saying. Me and Dan have talked about this many times. You can't talk to every single person in your market. And even if you did, even if 5 agents, 10 agents, 20 agents are talking to the same prospect, they haven't talked to you yet. An agent the other day texted me in my market and said, I was thinking about sending mail to this certain complex, but another agent told me not to do that because Ricky and his buddy have that whole market locked down. Am I wasting my time? And I was like, I've never even talked to anybody in that building. You see the perception that people have that the competition is so strong and it paralyzes them? Forget competition. How many people are you going to talk to today? How many people are you going to connect with today? How much effort are you going to put in today? So through all that, I started building my business back, founded on people, not deals. And after I learned all that, it still took me 6 years to get to 100 deals a year. 15-hour days, wanting so bad, super motivated, nothing getting in my way. And everybody wants to do $1 million their first year in real estate. Agents come to me all the time. I've been selling property for 3 months. Ricky, I haven't got a listing yet. It took me 8 months to make my first sale. And after I learned everything, it took me 6 years to get to where I wanted to really be, which was 100 deals a year. This stuff is not hard. Real estate is so simple. It comes down to just a couple of basic things. And the little things that you do on a consistent basis are what add up to be the top producer that you want to be. So once I got to the 100 deals, I've sold 100 deals every year since. This will be year number 6. I'm almost there. I'm at 90-something right now. And a couple years ago, I wrote 2 books, started traveling, speaking, doing YouTube, Instagram, podcast, webinars, coaching for free. I'm doing all this at the same time as a single agent with 1 assistant. How? I don't know. What is the number 1 job for real estate agents? It's not to close a deal. It's not to make calls. It's to make people feel comfortable with you. True or false? If someone doesn't feel comfortable with you, are they going to do business with you? No. That comes before trying to close the deal, doing the paperwork, making your calls. We got to develop this skill first. Your first impression with someone is the most important. And if they feel, how do you make people feel comfortable with you? By being comfortable with them. If you're nervous, they're going to be nervous. They're going to think, he's nervous, I'm nervous. I don't know what we're nervous about, but I don't want to do business with that. I'm definitely not going to do a deal with this person. There's red flags everywhere, right? If you're scared, they're going to be scared. So you have to put yourself in this position where you feel comfortable with people you don't know. How do we do that? By knowing deep down that we're there to help them. It's called being confident in our intentions. If we're there to help them, and that's all that matters, we should not care what they think about us. Yes, not everyone's going to like you. I would say on average, maybe 70% of people either don't like you or already have an agent. We're looking for the 20%, 20 to 30% of people who love you and will do business with you for the rest of their life. But you got to go through the 70 to get to the 30. You're scared to go through the 70, so you never get to the 20. But I want to get to the 20, but you got to go through the 70. Right? FE. We have to give people FE. Friend, family, effect. This is where you make your clients and customers feel like they're part of your family. How do you do that? By talking to them like they are your brother, mother, son, daughter, cousin, best friend from high school. Next time you're talking to your mom, dad, brother, cousin, take a mental snapshot of that moment in time and think about how comfortable they are with you and you are with them, how you'll tell them anything, they'll tell you anything, the speed of your voice, the tone of your voice, your body language, everything. And then start implementing that same feeling to your prospects. And it won't happen overnight, but just try. Just start moving in that direction. I only want you to get 1% better every day. Not 20%, not 100%, 1%. So just move towards it. You don't have to conquer it every day. This is a marathon. This business is a long-term goal. There's little short victories that add up to the long-term goal, but we got to be in this long-term. We have to go fast right now. I want you to think speed in between everything else except for in front of a client. Think speed until you're in front of a client, then think quality. The world stops when we're in front of someone. Spend all day with them if they want. Don't try to rush out of that conversation to get to another one. Let's go down this road. You don't know where this road's going to take you. Top producers do 3 things extremely well, in my opinion. Or at least I do 3 things extremely well. I don't know about the other top producers. One is they outwork everyone, which means to me they talk to the most people. When you come to me and say, Ricky, I've got 5 listings and I'm setting 2 appointments a day that does not tell me much about your business. That's a small piece of what I need to be able to judge your business. Sure, I need to know that information, but what I really want to know is, how many people are you talking to on a daily basis? How many new people are you talking to? How many follow-up conversations are you having? That tells me how much work you're putting in, how much effort you're putting in, and how much you want success. Because a lot of agents say, I'm behind on my bills, I'm fixing to get foreclosed on my house. What do I do? And I'm like, well, how many calls are we making per day? None. Well, ding, 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 ding. Bingo. It has a direct correlation to your success. Ricky, calls are outdated. That's outdated information. That doesn't work anymore. Okay. I'm still selling 100 properties a year. And all my students, I have a guy in Mississippi. He started on my program a year ago when he got in the business. His first year, he just finished his first year, 106 deals. First year. His broker told him he was crazy when he said he was going to do that and made $500,000. So he was crazy when he wanted to make $500,000. And I even told him he was crazy. Because even when I was talking to him, he said something about his broker thought that it was crazy if he could make $500,000. And I said, yeah, that is crazy. He said, but Ricky, I just did it. And I was like, oh, crowd, just did the number. I was like, you're right. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do, right? And be careful who you're taking advice from. But I want to know how many people you're talking to. The second thing they do really well is they talk to the most people with the best intentions. They always put the person in the relationship over the deal. For example, if you spend a lot of time with a buyer and you're their shoulder to cry on about something going on in their life and you've really been there for them and you have this real personal relationship, and then 6 months later they either call you or you find out that they use a different agent, that hurts, right? I say go to them and tell them congratulations, because they made the decision that they thought was best for them, and that's what you should want for them. And if it's not, then you were only there for the money in the first place. You don't really have the best intentions for them. You're there for you. This is the mind shift that we have to make, because what happens is, in that scenario, when you congratulate them and then they decide to sell that house in 3 years, who are they going to call? You, because you didn't make them feel horrible for making that decision that they thought was best for them. And you didn't even know it, but they referred you 3 people that you didn't know where those came from during that 3-year period too. See what I'm saying? It's the relationship that wins, not the deal. And thirdly, they build the biggest personal brand. So they talk to the most people with the best intentions, and then they build brand around that. What is that? That is being the hardest working, most honest agent in the market. That's what you want your personal brand to be about. That's what you want your Instagram stories to be about. That's what you want your Facebook posts to be about. That's what you want your email reports to be about. You being a hard-working person that doesn't care if they want to do a deal or not. You're just there to help them if they do. And you want so many people to see that in your market, as many as you can humanly get to see that message and brand. Pretty simple. Real estate is so simple. Everybody's making it super complicated. Why? Because they want your money. They want you to pay them to be their coach, because real estate is so complicated, I got all the secrets. It's not. You just talk to people and you be friendly to people and you build a database and build a brand, and you don't stop. I have 100 signed books that I'm going to give away at my breakout session. That's going to start in 30 minutes, sharp, because I have a plane to get on. I'm having a baby Wednesday. Give it up. Please find me on YouTube and Instagram at Ricky Carruth. I would really appreciate that. Also, if you want me to be your coach, then it's super simple. You just go there and it's completely free. ZeroToDiamond.com. Now, what the free coaching entails, really quickly, is a course, full game plan, 90-day action plan, 28-day challenge. We do live training, and you have direct access to me. I answer every single Instagram DM. That's the best place to get me if you have questions or if there's anything in the world I can do for you. Now, who here is motivated to get out there and execute? Nobody. Okay, well, let's go then. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the HyperFast Show. Subscribe to us if you want to make sure you get the latest and greatest HyperFast shows. And remember, we love reviews. Reviews help us bring better and better guests and improve our shows. So give us the good, the bad, and the ugly. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we will see you next time.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, leave us some comments. We want to know your feedback, and share this with someone that you think could benefit as well. And if you want to see more great videos, click this playlist up here, or better yet, click right here to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss any of our updates.